The Packers have played their 4 quarters. Now it's time for the 5th quarter.
Welcome back to another edition of the 5th quarter, live from the Stadium View here on Holmgren Way. We're going to change up the batting order. I feel like a baseball manager. We're in a slump. We got to do something to get these guys turned around, so we're kind of changing the show order tonight, and we're going to dive right into our guest here this evening. We'll get into the locker room quotes, some of the other odds and ends that happened from a lovely day at Lambeau yesterday. Holy cow, 23-0 Baltimore Ravens shutting out the Pack. I haven't said that since this day in 2006.
Long time.
Ladies and gentlemen, 11 years ago was the last time the Packers got blanked at Lambeau. But it was a tough day all the way around. We got some injury news to get updated as well, but this guy's good-hearted guy, Packer rookie who came on over tonight. We got to get him up and out of here early because he's going to go raise some money for the Salvation Army over at the Atrium. So when you're done here, get over there and see how well he rings some bells, ladies and gentlemen. Second-round pick of the Pack this year out of North Carolina State, 61st choice overall. He is the nitro safety. He went from the Wolf Pack to the Pack, and he's among the league leaders in all rookies in tackles so far on the season. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, number 27, Josh Jones. Hello, Josh.
How you
Thanks
doing?
for coming over. Appreciate it.
No problem.
I know this is your day off because it's a goofy week with Thanksgiving and everything, but
Right.
you're going up to the Atrium in a little while to ring the bell. Nice. Good for you.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to avoid talking about the game as long as possible.
Oh, man.
How'd you sleep last night, Josh? Good?
I mean, this is the NFL, man. You can't really hang your head on a loss like that. You just got to get back to work.
Very frustrating day, though. Just when it looked like Brett Hundley was making some strides in Chicago, it was a really tough day for him.
Yeah.
You guys have been playing, I think, very good football on your side. It's just got to find a way to come together, and now time's getting tight.
No doubt.
So how does it happen?
Well, I mean, tomorrow's a work day.
Tomorrow we go to work.
Get back to work, man. Get in the film room. Get ready for Pittsburgh. It's a tough opponent. I think they're 8-2 or whatever.
Something like that.
Something like that. I mean, we just got to get ready to do our part on defense, man. I really can't speak for the offense because I'm not an offensive player, but when it comes together, it'll come together eventually.
Josh, you've gotten on the field right away. You and Kevin, actually. And
Right.
now we're seeing Vince Beagle on the field as some of the defensive players drafted this year. Ted Thompson wanted to load up on some secondary help, and you guys have delivered. How's it been for you in this first go-round here and 10 games into your career?
I mean, it's been good. Struggled a little bit, here and there, but, this is just year one for me, and I'm adjusting pretty well.
You're playing a couple of different spots.
Yeah.
How not easy.
I mean, it's not easy, but I'm a smart guy. For me to be a rookie and to be asked to do the things that I'm doing, learning 2 positions, it's not easy. But I don't think the average man can handle it. But I'm handling it real well, and whatever I can do to get out there on the field, I'll do it.
Did they talk to you at all about this whole nitro idea, early on, or was that something that just said once you got here, said, we kind of would like you up in that box a little more?
Well, I mean, if you guys could see the past, few weeks, I've been deep safety. Chicago game was my first week, truly playing safety, since I've been here. Ever since then I've been back there. On third down, when third down comes, that's when, we go down there and play the nitro position. It's just for matchup reasons.
You guys have had to deal with a revolving door in the back end. I
Right.
mean, Morgan's been down the last couple of weeks.
Right.
Kevin was out again yesterday.
Right.
You lost Demarius for a while.
Right.
How hard is it to keep it together when there's so many moving parts all season long?
I mean, it's hard because, you want to keep a set group of guys out there on the field, for chemistry-wise. You don't want guys coming in and out because, you look around and you're like, man, I haven't played with this guy enough. Defense is all about chemistry. Once you have that chemistry and, guys start playing for each other, start playing together, and then, that's when, past 2 weeks, we've been doing pretty good on defense. I mean, we held, I think we held Baltimore under 250 yards.
219.
Exactly. That's good. That's good for a defense. They came in wanting to run the ball. They weren't able to run the ball.
You guys have been excellent in run defense.
Exactly.
The last couple of games. 58 for the Ravens. I think it was 55 for the Bears.
Exactly. And I just want to say, we had our struggles on defense, and a lot of, few fans were, you know, on social media was saying
What,
bad
hashtag?
things about the defense.
Yeah,
but, you know,
hashtag.
what I want to say is,
Firekeepers.
you know, things will come together just like it's coming together for our defense. You know, pretty much, I'm pretty sure things will come together for the offense.
It's got to come together a little bit
Yeah,
better.
no
The
doubt,
more
it will.
Brett plays, the more he's going to see because he saw plenty yesterday, and you would think that will help him as this season goes on.
Right.
Talk about the plan for the Ravens yesterday. You knew you wanted to start with the run. Joe Flacco's not playing his best football by any stretch these days, but they had still a lot of veteran skill on the perimeter, Wallace and Macklin. What was the plan?
I mean, the plan was just to, you know, obviously eliminate a run first team. We know we eliminated that, and then secondly, just don't give up the big play. Get in Flacco's face. You know, I think we did that pretty good, and you know, we forced a couple turnovers and you know, forced them into some bad decisions. And we, you know, a lot of teams, you know, they come in, you know, without A-Rod, you know, teams want to come in and get ahead of us, you know, and speaking for the defense, you know, we can't let that happen. You know, we held them to 2 field goals, you know, going into halftime, and which is pretty good.
I thought so. I mean, yeah, the average drive start in this game, Ravens' average field position was their 47.
Yeah.
Packers was the 20. That's a huge difference. You guys had your backs to the wall, had to play a lot of adversity defense in that game.
Right. No doubt.
And that was a big step forward because earlier on this year, that's when there was a lot of talk about whether this defense was going to come around. But you guys were able to shut it down and keep this thing within shot.
No doubt.
And, again, the other thing I thought, too, no really explosive plays other than that Watson play, first drive of the third quarter. I can't think of anything else that went over the top.
Yeah.
And even the Wallace catch with Demarius all over him,
Yeah.
that was a hell of a catch.
Right.
Got to give it up.
Yeah.
Nothing to it.
Nothing big. Nothing that really, I guess, hurt us.
Yeah, I agree.
So, right.
All right. Matt?
You mentioned social media, what you saw from fans. Is social media something that gets to you as a player, or does it kind of just roll off your back most times?
Not at all, man. I don't even, to be honest, man, I don't, Twitter for one, I don't really get on that. I don't get on Twitter. You know, during the football season, I don't tweet. I don't really pay attention to that
You
stuff.
don't have an account?
Because it's a lot of stuff that goes on Twitter and on social media about people who just sit on the couch and just watch football, but they don't know anything about it. You know, they never played football. They don't know the scheme. You know, they just get their opinion on things that they know nothing about. So I don't really feed into it. You know, I don't let it creep into my mind because, like, once you let social media and things people say creep into your mind, that's when it affects your play.
There's a lot of guys, though, that are on it in the locker room.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
I mean, you got to think about it, man. It's 2017 going into 2018.
Right.
You know, social media is taking over the world. So
I'd hope not.
hey, man, that's just that.
I hope not.
That's just the world we live in now, man.
Indeed.
So let's go back to the day you were drafted. Where were you? Who were you with?
I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I was with, you know, I didn't want to be around too many people, so you know, I was just with my girlfriend. You know, my brother, my mom, and they were there, but you know, I didn't really want to be around them because my mom she asks a lot of questions, and you know, why didn't you go?
Such as, yeah.
Why haven't you been drafted yet? All this, and I didn't want to hear that at the time.
I'm
you
a
know, because
failure
I was-
as a mother. You're in the second round,
Right.
and you're still sitting here.
Yeah, because I was a little frustrated myself, and you know, falling a little bit in the draft, but. You know, that's another conversation for another day, but
Well, maybe not. I mean, 61.
yeah, but I could have went a little earlier, but you know, I keep that in the back of my head, you know, for moving forward because, you know, time will tell, and you know, I'm so grateful that the Packers drafted me. You know, everything happened for a reason, and you know, it's a reason why I'm here.
So what do you remember about the call from the Packers and then the hours after that once you
I
hung
remember,
up the phone?
you know, the Packers called me. I think it was on like pick 50, 58. Or whatever. I think the Raiders had just took a safety, man, and I knew I was better then. And I was, to be honest, completely honest, I had already threw my phone against the wall.
Really?
My second phone. I had another phone. So the phone that the phone that the Packers called me on was the phone that I didn't throw against the wall. So the other phone, I was real upset, got angry, threw it against the wall. My girlfriend's like, calm down, relax. You know, you're gonna get the call. So I'm waiting, and you know, the Packers picked that 61 in the second round. It was on 58, and I get a phone 920. You know, on the iPhone, Green Bay, Wisconsin, popped in my head. And you know, I'm from Michigan, obviously, but the first thing that popped in my head was the cold weather.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that popped in my head. But got on the phone, you know, with Ted and Coach McCarthy, and I wouldn't let them talk. You know, I was just so excited to, you know, just to be drafted. You know, dream come true.
No kidding. By the way, Obi Melwanfu is the guy from the Raiders that forced you to throw the phone. But anyway, how's he doing these days? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Just kidding.
What do you remember about the NFL Combine experience? Did you just kind of feel like a piece of meat running around in front of strange dudes?
You know what, man? Every year when I was younger, man, I used to watch the NFL Combine on TV, and I made sure my mom had NFL Total Access, the cable channel,
All right.
just so I can watch it every year. And I always wanted to go there, and most guys, got tired of being there for 5 days, the meetings and the things. But I was enjoying it. You don't get much sleep. It's just constant meetings, constant, this and that, and medical, and then finally the last day is the testing day.
That's finally when you're on the field.
Exactly.
That's the last thing you do.
And I was just so excited to get out there in front of all those scouts and GMs and head coaches and just do what I do.
Did you take part in a lot of a lot of guys do a lot of pre-combine training just to get those test numbers a tenth of a second lower, or a shuttle run a tenth of a second faster?
Well, the thing about that, I was blessed with. I was already blessed.
Well,
with speed.
yeah, we know what kind of athlete you are, Judge.
Yeah, so I obviously went somewhere to train, but I kind of already knew that if I continue to work on what I was good at, and I would run fast at the combine.
Yeah, but the thing is, they all like the numbers. They're measurables. They'll compare this safety versus that safety,
doubt.
but it's the film.
Yeah,
You put a pretty good film at North Carolina State.
I did.
Just talk about your career there and what that allowed you to do.
I mean, my best year was obviously my last year, my redshirt junior year this past year. I left early. I could have stayed. I could have still been there, but I decided that it would behoove me to leave. Coming off a good year. I heard pretty good reviews from, when I declared, but I wasn't a guy that was on everybody's radar. I've always been an underdog. I like it that way. I like people to doubt me. I like people to say that I can't do something, because I'm gonna work my best to prove you wrong, and make you eat your words. But I was pretty much under the radar, man. I think I was projected like 4th or 5th round and all this, but I knew all those guys that was ahead of me, they weren't better than me.
All right.
Not to sound arrogant or cocky, but I know what God blessed me with. I know the abilities and the talent that I had, and all I had to do was, be able to show it. So I declared, and it seemed like every other week, my name kept rising, and more people started to realize, how good I was, and they just turned on the film and they saw what they liked.
I talk to scouts every spring getting ready for the draft, and I will same thing. Your name came up.
Yeah.
There's a guy. You'll love the speed. You'll love the size.
Yeah.
And here you are in a Packer uniform. Josh Jones is our guest. We're just getting started. We're going to take a break, come back with much more as we kind of swap the order tonight. We're going to be back right after this timeout. Don't go away. Fifth quarter returns in a moment.
Here are Mark Daniels and Matt Z.
All right, couple of minutes here. We got Josh Jones. He's going to head over to Lambeau and do a little bell ringing for the Salvation Army. Who's out there with you? Kevin tonight, and who else?
Kevin and Devon House.
And Devon House?
Yes, sir.
And all DB bell ringing affair over at the Atrium tonight for an hour to help raise money for the Salvation Army. Packers fall to the Ravens 23-0 yesterday at Lambeau Field. The Steelers at Heinz Field coming up on Sunday night, now 5-5. 1 back of the Lions, 3 back of the Vikings, who keep on rolling. And a couple of medical updates from the game. Kenny Clark, high ankle sprain in that pile up. It's going to be a couple of weeks for Kenny in the middle of that defensive line. Let's see, who else went out with an injury in that one? Justin McCray left again with a knee injury. Don't know the severity of that. Jason Spriggs just off IR, played a little right tackle yesterday. Clay Matthews with a groin injury. Didn't get much on the severity of that. Mike McCarthy met with us at midday today, and the medical staff, that whack, crack, Pat McKenzie, according to Marty Bennett, your boy, trying to diagnose. No, I'm just kidding, Pat. I love the guy. Don't know the severity of Clay's groin injury just yet, so stay tuned. We may find out more tomorrow. Tough blow without Kenny. He's been playing crazy good football for you guys.
Yeah, he's been doing an awesome job.
What kind of benefit is it when Kenny and Daniels and Lowry are mucking it up the way they are that has allowed your run defense to just flourish now 3 weeks in a row? What's going on?
They obviously make it easier for the linebackers, the easier reads, and you can just hit a hole and go.
But the TFLs, Josh, and it's not just the linebackers.
Right.
I mean, the DBs are coming up,
Yeah.
Flushing.
No doubt.
A lot of tackles for losses in the run game.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Those guys, man. Those guys. Obviously Kenny, Mike D. Those guys make it real easy for us.
There was concern when, there's so much talk about the Nitro. Jeez, that's another, no slight, smaller body out there among the 11. How would that hold up with the run? But it seems to be just fine.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
It's all mentality, right?
It's all mentality.
It is all mentality, that's for sure. Born in Chicago, grew up in Michigan. Bounced around a little bit?
Yeah. No, I didn't bounce around. I was born in Chicago. I was real little when I moved, so
Okay.
I don't remember too much. Whole family's from Chicago. Grew up in Michigan though my whole life, so that's where I'm from.
Then why North Carolina State
And
and not MSU
to
or
be honest,
Big Blue?
to be different,
Really?
I'm a guy that really tends. I don't really follow what everybody else do. I like to make my own way, create my own path, and nobody from Michigan ever went to down to NC State to play football. When I took a visit out there, I enjoyed it. I remember going to a basketball game on my visit, and we beat Chapel Hill, and that place just
Beat North
erupted.
Carolina?
Man. Yeah, we beat Carolina, and that place just erupted, man. And I was like, yeah, this is the place for me. They were got a new head coach, and I was like, we're on to something. So, I committed. I think actually before the game, I committed.
Really?
Yeah, in the elevator. And
Wow.
I just felt like it was the best opportunity for me.
Going up.
Yep.
I'll commit. I'm in. I'm
So,
in.
at what point at NC State did you realize you had a legit shot at getting drafted? When did you realize you had the talent there?
You know what? Early on, man, all my coaches used to always say, once you just put it all together, man, you can easily play 10+ years in this league, however long you want to. Coach, corners coach, my safeties coach, who's no longer there anymore, they always said, you got a ticket in your back pocket. Whenever you want to cash it, you can cash it. It's just up to you.
So what are you learning from Morgan, from veteran safeties, who've been here and are now kind of showing you the way this year?
Well, Morgan is a guy that I lean on, man. That's like my big brother, man. Around the building, he teaches me a lot, man. Just to, how to carry myself, on and off the field, how to be a pro, just the little things, not just for football, just the little things.
He's not a real outspoken guy by nature, but I think he is one of the most respected leaders in that locker room.
Yeah, without a doubt. He does things the right way, man. He's always on time. He always comes early to the meetings. He's always prepared. He's always just willing to help out. And you respect a guy like that. A guy who's married, 2 kids. Has been in the league for 8 years.
Yeah, about that.
So that's a guy who you want to follow and mold your game after.
That's a good way to follow. That's for sure.
What was your first welcome to the NFL moment? Like when you realized, all right, this isn't college anymore. This is the big leagues.
Oh man, welcome to the NFL moment. Man, I don't. To be honest, I look at the NFL. It's all in your head. I just look at it as, it's the same as college. Don't get me wrong, it's different, but it's the same as college, man. It's just guys who have NFL jerseys on. To be honest, to be completely honest, I don't go out there real nervous. I never went out there on my first game and scared, man. I was just like, man, these are the same guys who played in college, man. Only difference is they have an NFL jersey on, NFL logos. That's it. And we playing on Sundays. That's it, and not Saturdays.
No speed of the game, big
the
change.
to be honest, man, the speed of the game has changed a little, but it's all about being in a place, the right place at the right time. Knowing the scheme. If you know what you're doing, obviously it'll let you play faster.
That's true. But then again, I mean, there's got to be a quantum leap in
obviously the speed.
Scheme. No, not just the speed, but the schemes, the way you're attacked. I mean, there's more studying involved.
It's definitely more studying involved, and the schemes are way harder.
But I like your thought, though. I mean, it's football.
Yeah, it's football.
It's football.
It's football.
There's the ball.
Something I've been doing.
Go get it.
See ball, get ball. Something I've been doing since I was 7 years old. So I don't look at it any different.
Always play defense?
No, I was always I didn't start playing defense until my junior year in high school. I was always an offensive guy. I always wanted to get the ball, run real fast, score touchdowns.
So what flipped?
Well, I had transferred, to the school, Wall Lake Western, and when I transferred out there, I wanted to play running back and wide receiver. You know, the coach came to me. I transferred like late.
Let me guess. They had a 5-star running back. Or something. No, all right, just
kidding.
kidding.
Nah, I would have competed and beat him out anyway. Season started opener was about a couple weeks ahead. He came to me. He said, you know, the playbook is pretty hard. You know, we don't think you'll learn it in time. You know, so we want to try you out at corner. And you know, I was like, corner, man. I never backpedaled a day in my life, and so I got with the DB's coach, and you know, he helped me learn it and real fast. And game one, I was starting, and I ran with it ever since.
All right, not a bad way to go.
So what's your first football memory?
My first football memory. It had to be something when I was little, you know, playing backyard football. That's where it all started. You know, going from I used to always hang out with older guys that were older than me. You know, I was like the rougher one out of the patch. You know, I didn't want to just play for fun. You know, I was 7 years old playing with guys who were like in middle school or high school. You know, I would make sure they tackled me. You know, I didn't want to just play two-hand touch and play for fun, you know.
That's pretty good.
At 7 years old.
Yeah, I was young.
7-year-old with two.
So by eight, you knew you were going to the NFL.
I had
then,
the
right?
attitude. Well, I didn't really know I was going to the NFL. You know, it was like I said, man, it was always a dream, man. You never know, you never know what life can take you. You know, only thing you can do as a kid, man, is just hope and wish and pray, man, and just watch it on TV, and then someday you'll get there. And here I am.
So you don't have a big brother?
I got an older brother, man. He was an academic guy, though. He graduated. Right. He's a teacher now, though.
All right, good. So, but, yeah, going up against bigger kids, knock me down.
Yeah,
Tough me up. I'm ready for this.
Make me tough.
I agree. Good idea.
You're young. Your bones don't break at that age. You're fine, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know if they do.
So I read an article where you said your motto is no handouts. How did you develop that mentality?
You know, I always grew up, you know, underdog. You know, even in high school, you know, I was going into college. I was never one of the top recruits, or I had to always work for it. And, you know, a lot of guys, just based off of what school they went to, you know, get a lot of praise, you know, get a lot of publicity. You know, so my motto was always no handouts. Don't give me anything. Make me work for it. And, you know, when you work for it and you earn it that way, then it's much sweeter.
The reward's much greater, that is for sure. We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll turn our attention to the steel curtain and what Josh and the Packer defense will be looking at on Sunday night. Don't go away. More of the fifth quarter with Josh Jones right after this. Time out.
Live from the Stadium View Bar and Grill, here are Mark Daniels and Matt Z.
All right, welcome back. Josh Jones, our guest tonight. Packers rookie safety. 47 tackles, I think you have accounted for this year.
Yeah.
Couple of sacks. Let's get the picks going.
Need them. I need them. I need some.
Yeah, well, they'll get there. You don't force it. They'll come to you. Right. That's for sure. That's the way these go. Hey, we're going to play our hot play of the game real quick. You know how it works. Our friends from Robinson Heating and Cooling deliver a prize tonight. If you guess the hot play of the day from the Packers game against the Ravens, you also are qualified for our grand prize drawing at the end of the year, a pair of indoor club seats and an invitation to their tailgate party for that Packers-Vikings home finale on December 23rd.
Glenn is up first.
Glenn, let's get a hot play winner right out of the gate.
What's your guess?
Shall we?
Someone told me the Jets flying over, but I don't think that's it.
The flyover? Very impressive. National anthem, very impressive.
Now, I'd say the interception that we got.
The interception that the Packers got. Hot play of the day. Kept it a 3-0 game in the second quarter, and you knew it had to come from the defense.
Collins flanked wide to the right side of running back.
As you know, Wayne, we're playing with fire.
Yep. And here's the fake handoff to Collins, lofting the left side. Clinton Dix with an interception. Flacco trying to get it downfield. Could not squeeze it into Danny Woodhead. And the interception by Clinton Dix at the 5-yard line of Green Bay.
Big play for Glenn, you're a hot play winner. Congratulations. We'll do the cold play in a couple of minutes. Big play by
Huge play.
Should have had two, because he was talking after the game. The one he didn't get was the one that really he's going to be thinking about.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes. But finally, some takeaways. Going to need a few more till this offense kind of gets its feet going again a little bit, right?
No doubt.
So is that, when you talk about today, what happened when the film review, corrections, you took care of all that today, right?
No,
today was your day off.
Today was
tomorrow
off,
you go to work.
That's tomorrow.
And I don't think you're going to do much reviewing of that thing anyway. McCarthy said we're burning the film. Yeah, we'll burn the film. So anyway. But what was the coverage? You remember on that call, on that play? The little wheel route, it looked like the Woodhead up the sideline?
Cover 3.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right. And
I'm
Ha
not gonna really speak much on it, but
but anyway,
Right.
big play for Ha Clinton Dix. So that was our hot play of the day. Steelers coming next now, Josh. Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, boy, it's Le'Veon Bell. Little work to do.
yeah, man, nothing we
Big
can't
challenge.
handle. but-
Nothing you can't handle. You've seen very solid offenses.
All right.
Cowboys, it seems to me, had Dak and Dez and Zeke at the
All right.
time.
No doubt.
So you know what it's going to require, obviously.
Yes, sir.
What do you think the key is? Get Bell under control first.
Well, I mean, the biggest key, obviously, stop, 26. Once you stop him, kind of get Big Ben rattled a little bit, and then, contain, Antonio Brown, man. He's the, best receiver in the NFL. By numbers, he's the best receiver in the NFL.
He's
if you're a
targeted
big,
50 times a game.
Exactly. That's why I said by numbers, because if you're a big numbers person, numbers can be, a little skewed a little bit. So
True, but does that simplify it?
But don't get me wrong, man. That guy, we have the same agent, so that guy works extremely hard on his craft, man. He puts a lot of time in it, and so he gets everything he deserves.
Oh, no, he's a fantastic player. There's no
exactly.
question. But I was going to say, when you know it's coming out of Ben's hands and he targets him as much as he does.
Well, I mean, obviously, hey, man, if you can't guard him, why not go to him?
Not many are.
Defenses can't guard Devontae Adams, so that's why he gets as many balls as he gets.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, Devontae was huge in that game.
Exactly.
About really the only highlight. 8 for $126.
I'm sure that Packers fans have noticed on the field your arms are just loaded with tattoos. Couple of sleeves. When did you get your first tattoo?
I got my first tattoo senior year in high school.
Yeah?
On my chest, yeah.
All right.
Do you have a favorite of all the tattoos you have?
Favorite of all, it's probably on my left. Probably on my left arm, upper left arm. Honestly, you know what?
No regrets?
All
Is
of
that
them
it? No, just kidding.
No regrets.
all of them pretty much my favorite, man.
Yeah.
I'm a big. I like roses, so I think I got about 3 or 4 roses on me.
How many hours would you say you've spent in a tattoo chair getting work done?
You know what? I don't know, but this tattoo on my left arm up top, man. I sat in the chair for 4.5 hours and only took 1 break. So
4.5
You're tough, yeah.
hours.
4.5 hours, man. Only took 1 break.
Sheesh. That's a lot of ink.
That's a lot of ink.
Who was your favorite athlete growing up as a kid? Who'd you like to watch?
Favorite athlete growing up? Football or basketball?
Any?
Any athlete.
Basketball, Kobe Bryant, but football, it was a lot of guys, man. I really didn't just have one. But my favorite player growing up, which is weird, man, is Peyton Manning.
Yeah?
It's I don't know why, man. I grew up an Indianapolis Colts fan. The whole Bob Sanders and the crew, man, and then Peyton Manning was just my guy, man, the sheriff, man. He just the way he approached the game and the way he dissected defenses, man, was just like I just want to be like him on the defensive side of the ball,
How can you go about doing that?
Hey, this film study, that's it. Film study.
Tendencies,
Tendencies,
formations.
knowing formations, man, and watching film and just it's all that, knowing favorite run plays, favorite route concepts.
Good way to go about it. Good way to go about it.
So Peyton Manning endorses quite a few products. What's
Yeah.
one product you would like to endorse?
One product I'd like to endorse. That's a good one, man. I don't know, man. Probably Dove deodorant, man, because that's the only type of deodorant I wear.
What is
You
it?
know,
What is it about you
Dove
guys, though, in the locker room? I'm going to just give you a little inside thing on the locker room. You
Well, no,
guys go from locker to locker
Yeah.
looking for someone else's either
lotion or
lotion or spray.
I mean, well, you run out, man. Well, at the stadium.
Well, you run out.
You're not sharing deodorant, though, right? I mean, you're not going stick to stick.
Nah,
No,
Good,
no,
good,
no,
good.
no.
No. I use spray deodorant.
Okay.
At the stadium, it's I think Old Spice, but that's only at the stadium. I don't own Old Spice.
The
at my
official
house.
body lotion of the NFL. I don't know
Yeah,
if it
so-
is or not, but no, it's amazing how you guys peek in the locker of somebody
Yeah.
down on the other side. You go over to the DB room, and then you go over to the wide receiver room, area, and try and grab their stuff.
No doubt, man.
Huh? Nobody gets mad? Yeah, really. Giving you the
Share-
inside skinny.
Sharing is
But-
caring.
Yeah, sharing
Sharing
is
is
caring. Yeah, inside scoop on the
So,
locker room.
what's one thing that Packers fans would be surprised to learn about you, like a unique talent or a hobby you really enjoy?
Oh, man, you know what, man? I got a huge heart, man. You know, I hate to see people go without. So, you know, no, I don't have a foundation or anything, man. But, you know, tomorrow, you know, I'm feeding, like, I think 5 or 10 families, man, on Thanksgiving, you know.
Nice.
It was out of pocket, man. So I just, you know, I hate to see people go without, you know. That's my thing, man. If you around me, man, if you need it, I'll give you the shirt off my back, man. That's the type of dude I am. But you know, as far as talents, man, I don't have any secret talents, man. I'm a chill guy. You know, I like to go home, watch movies, watch TV, man. Just lay in bed, man. That's it. I'm a boring dude, man. So if you ever hear anybody, you know, say they saw me out other than the grocery store or getting something to eat, and they're lying, man.
Good point.
Yeah.
So are you
Don't believe Twitter.
Are you
Don't believe Twitter.
Are you a binge watcher? Or you just go
You know what,
theatrical
man,
release to theatrical release?
I just whatever movie, you know, just by the title, man, sounds good. That's what I'm into, man. But I do watch my TV shows on Netflix though. I think I was watching the Ozark or something like that.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I was watching that.
Ozark is excellent.
And I got to get back into it. And Stranger Things and
Love
Yes.
Stranger Things. Love.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's another thing you guys talk about a lot in the locker room.
Yeah.
What's rolling on the Netflix?
Josh and I are a lot alike besides the money and the talent, and we're
the
very
ink.
similar. Netflix, we're very similar.
Very good. Very good.
We're good. We're good.
Netflix,
Netflix.
indeed. All right, Josh, I know you got to scoot. You got to get up to the stadium. I really do appreciate you coming by here, a little something.
I
Friends
appreciate
of the
it. Appreciate you for
Fifth
having
quarter, receive a gift certificate from our friends at Diamonds and Gold, one of the fine jewelers in town, right over on Central Drive in Alloway. All right, key to the steel curtain. Get after it. Just go crazy.
me. Get after them, man. Just play football.
It's your only game in town on Sunday night. Big chance to bounce back in a big way against a really good
go
team.
out there with confidence, man, and it'll be a big win for us when we get it.
All right. Baltimore's history, Pittsburgh
yes, sir.
awaits. Josh Jones, thanks so much for coming over
Appreciate
on your
it.
day
Thank you.
off, especially. Go ring the bell, raise a lot of money for the Salvation Army, and good luck on Sunday night. We'll see you then.
Thank you. See you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Jones. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll look for a Coldplay winner, and we'll get into the locker room to talk more about what happened yesterday at Lambeau. Don't go away. Fifth quarter comes back right after this timeout.
We now return you to the fifth quarter, live from the Stadium View Bar and Grill. Here are Mark Daniels and Matt Z.
All right, welcome back, everybody. All right, I like the new batting order tonight. A little change of pace.
Yeah,
Josh
why
was
not?
great. He's pretty intense.
He is, and he's an extremely confident young man.
I'd say so.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
I was totally expecting when I asked when did he first realize he had the talent to play in the NFL.
When he was that 7-year-old?
No, I was expecting birth.
Yeah, really.
Like, oh yeah, by the time my mom put my first diaper on me, I was good to go.
I was ready.
I could play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kid.
Yeah.
He's good.
I'll prove everybody
He's
wrong.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially at my second birthday, that's for sure.
Yeah, right.
Hey, we are live in Sheboygan and Wausau. Thanks for tuning in, and we're brought to you by our friends from Robinson's Heating and Cooling, Nicolay National Bank, Diamonds and Gold, and American Metal Roofs. And, of course, we're live from the Stadium View every Monday night. What's going on here?
Well, they got 30-cent wings, 40-cent boneless, 7 to 11 every Monday through Thursday. Happy hour from 3 to close every Monday night. Tuesday through Friday, their happy hours 3 to 7. They are going to be open their normal hours from 10 to bar close on Thanksgiving. They will be offering turkey dinners. They have Singo every Wednesday from 6 to 9. And the Daddy D Christmas show will be here in their banquet halls December 6th through the 9th, so make sure you get tickets for it.
Hey, any ladies out here for last Friday night for the big show?
Oh, yeah, it was the
Anybody?
all-male review
Yeah,
on Friday.
Don't be shy. Oh, look at that show of hands back there. I'm
Uh-huh.
just kidding. All right. All right. Come on down.
Always great events here
All
at the
right. Hey,
stadium.
time to get a cold play from that game yesterday. It was a cold day, 25, wind chill about 17. Packers shut out by the Ravens. You know how it works. Our friends from Robinson will get you a prize tonight and get you qualified. Cold play, line them up. Dave, who do we got over there?
We have Tom.
Tom,
Brett Hundley's first interception in the end zone.
you know what? I would have accepted 66 out of the 67 offensive snaps in that game. The only one, Devontae Adams' 33-yard catch on the opening
Right,
series.
yeah.
Any other offensive play would have qualified. You're a winner.
You are
Tom.
a winner.
You are absolutely right. Yeah. Brett Hundley, whoosh, my goodness. 5 turnovers plus 6 sacks equals 1 very bad day.
There was just a lot of stuff out there that we missed on offense.
we will learn a lot from this game. I'm going to learn a lot from this game. You know, I can't expect to be perfect, but at the end of the day, I can expect to be better than this. So, and I will be going forward.
Yeah, I hope he learns from this. One step forward, 2 steps backward for Brett Hundley. We'll hear more from the locker room in just a minute. What do? Can't play Joe Callahan. They're not going to sign a player.
No.
It's sink or swim with number 7.
And you see what you got the rest of the way. You let him develop, see if the pace of the game slows down for him, because that looks to be the issue,
I've
right?
talked about this for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And now there's a month, okay, a body of work. Still a babe, okay, in terms of NFL experience. A babe. But it appears to me that the NFL game is just too fast for Brett Hundley.
Scouts did say that when he was coming out of UCLA. That he wasn't going to be able to adjust to the speed.
Process where to slide in the pocket, when to step up in the pocket. When he runs out of the pocket, he will get himself into trouble. The throws are not to a receiver that is open.
Yeah.
It's a throw to a receiver that's coming open. He's seeing ghosts. The first interception, he had Randall Cobb crossing the formation.
Right.
No one trailed him across the Baltimore defense. He cuts upfield, and because Brett sees no one chasing him across, he's got to be wide open, right?
Sure.
Yeah, but there's Devontae Adams split way wide left, and Jimmy Smith is on him. He sees Brett Hundley realizing that no one's chasing Cobb across. On the defensive side, he takes 2 steps away from Adams, picked.
Almost baited him into a decision.
Veteran understanding what Hundley is about to see.
Right.
And he's got to see it quicker. He's got to make the decisions quicker. And I think he's got the physical ability to make the plays on time. He's got to get up to time.
I really think that in-pocket mobility is something that he needs just a lot of work on. He's, as you mentioned, too quick to want to get outside the pocket. When he doesn't see something right away, he doesn't have the calmness right now to sidestep, slide up, slide back. It's get out and just see what happens. And he's running himself into sacks, and he's running himself into poor decisions.
But there were also some curious things. The Ravens had the 3rd best pass defense, and Mike McCarthy had 42 dropbacks.
He wanted 40 runs, right?
28th ranked rush defense. But the run game could not get going much, and then down just to 2 running backs, Jamal Williams, who tried to pound it out early. He didn't want to overextend him. Devontae Mays goes in, bloop. First carries the fumble. Suddenly he's a little skittish about continuing on with the run, even in a 3-0, 6-0 game. Thought that was kind of curious as well.
But did it feel like 6-0 at halftime, or did it feel like it was worse? Watching it felt like it wasn't a 1-score game. That's how it felt. I didn't see the Packers being able to get things going. I just didn't have that feel.
I disagree slightly, only because they were able to move. They got first downs on each of the first 3 drives before the turnovers. We're moving it, but field position continued to get worse and worse and worse. The giveaways in bad field position, and it was all she wrote. Man, it was a tough day. And like we do at the start of the program, I thought you'd want to hear from the rest of the guys in the locker room after the game, and we'll begin with Mike McCarthy, who figured it might be trouble right from the opening series.
We talked about the first drive. We were able to move down there, but the result of the first 3 drives, ended in turnovers, and really the turnovers is probably the biggest factor in the game from my viewpoint. You have to take care of the football. You look at our history here in Green Bay. As far as the standard we've set, winning the turnover ratio, and that was offensive was just way too much for us to overcome.
3 in a row to start. 13 possessions, 5 turnovers, 5 punts, and 3 on downs. Yikes.
And especially that first drive looked so good, and they were just marching
down. I was fine because I'm sure the Ravens were expecting the Packers to establish the run. But they hit Jordy on a nice throw, and then the Adams throw it up, makes the big catch, and you're right in position and nothing. Baltimore Ravens coach John Harbaugh on what he thought was a near-perfect game.
To come here and to play pretty much spotless football, the kind of game that we needed to play to win the game. We had the 1 turnover going in, and that's really the only thing that we didn't do toward the victory. And I feel like the rest of the plays, 160-some plays, however many were played, were all played in terms of winning football.
Yeah, they won most of them.
But that offense is not good.
No, it is not.
Joe Flacco is just not the same guy anymore.
The Packers did what they had to do defensively. They were 3 of 14 on 3rd down. 21%. The Packers got off the field. I think there were a handful of 3-and-outs, but they didn't need a whole lot because the glimmer of hope Brett flashed in Chicago was well, ruined by committing 4 of those 5 giveaways.
I got to take care of the ball as the quarterback of this team. I can't, it shoots us in the foot. You throw 2 interceptions on the first 2 drives, then a fumble. That is hard to overcome as an offense. And as a quarterback, I got to be better in that aspect of leading this offense.
The second one, come on, Brett.
Yeah.
He seems awfully good at throwing it into the stands when he's in trouble. Throw it into the stands.
Do it again.
That
Sure.
one, my goodness.
Yeah.
First 3 drives, as I mentioned, end with turnovers. Jordy Nelson summing up, well, offensive football.
Pretty obvious. Not what we expected. Happened when we went out there. I think we were productive early. We just had turnovers that kind of killed our momentum that we had going. Defense played extremely well, kept us in the game, gave us multiple opportunities, and as an offense, we didn't do our part.
No, they didn't. And the D, as you heard Josh tonight, said we did our best as we could, but Blake Martinez says, we also have to share the blame.
Our motto is not letting other teams score more points than us, and we allowed that today. We made some good plays. We made a lot of adversity stops, held them by the field goals or got them off the field, gave our offense a chance, but obviously, didn't do enough. Needed either more turnovers, more impactful plays to help the offense get going.
Yeah. One impactful play, really, on defense. I mean, that was Ha-Ha's pick.
And yes, the object of defense is to not let them score more than your offense.
That's what
but
Devon
when it's
House said, yeah.
0 points, what do you...
It's got to be 0-0.
They can only hold the dam so long.
Yeah. Packers had 3 sacks, but the Ravens nearly tripled the Packers' impactful plays with those takeaways and the half-dozen sacks, leaving David Bakhtiari shocked at seeing a big goose egg on the scoreboard walking into the tunnel.
That's terrible for us, to not score any points, especially, we're at home, so... We're going to look at the film, obviously, we're going to correct it, and there were some definite issues, because we got to put points on the board. We got to help them out, put some stress off, move the ball, change the field, and now, ultimately, put some pressure on the opposing team.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Get in front. So it's 1-4 since the collarbone crack, and the natives are obviously very restless. But Davante Adams, who had a fine game, says, we'll keep our heads.
We're not in panic mode. Everything is still in front of us. We gotta get a grip of it real quick here. Otherwise, we will be in panic mode. But I don't see time to panic, and panicking just leads to everybody just kind of going all over the place, and the structure, your team, your offense, whatever, just kind of falls apart. So you never want to panic.
No, panic's never a good thing.
No.
They're not going to panic.
And I don't think they're panicking.
No, they're not going to panic.
Not.
Well, fans are panicking.
Oh, absolutely.
Fans are crazy panicking.
Absolutely.
I mean, they want everybody out of there.
Yes.
They do.
Yes. Absolutely. Before the Bears game, it was fire McCarthy, fire Capers, fire Thompson, can't do anything right. Then you get a Bears win.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Then it all chills out for a little. Oh, maybe we can win games. And it's right back to that today.
It's amazing, yeah. Social media, baby.
Social media.
I think that's part of it. Well, it can't get any worse than that. Can it, Mike McCarthy?
We're going to play better as we move on. To sit here and evaluate every negative play, I'm not going to really get into that. To be shut out, it doesn't feel good, obviously.
Doesn't feel good, obviously. No, it can't.
And you hope that fires them up, and you go on the road, you go to Pittsburgh, an extremely tough place to play with a really good quarterback, really good receivers, top-notch running back. I mean, yeah, it's a tall task.
All right, then it's Tampa Bay, and then it's Cleveland.
Right.
So, hey, maybe 7-6.
Maybe.
With 3 to go, and there comes Aaron on the white horse, and I don't know.
But Tampa Bay goes on the road, barely.
Whatever.
Puts up 30 runs, points over Miami.
We've been in the
30-20, sure.
Yeah,
so,
I know, but
I mean, Tampa Bay's not going to be an easy one. Cleveland,
look, this is a lost season.
It is.
It is almost a lost cause. I'm not real optimistic that at 5-5 with 8 teams in front of them in the NFC standings, these guys are going to continue this playoff run to 9 straight years. It's going to be difficult, so let's just brace ourselves, folks.
And the way that Minnesota is playing at the top of the division.
Yeah, no, they're good.
The North is gone.
But they do see Minnesota again. They do see Detroit again. Hey, if Atlanta beats Seattle tonight, they're only a game off the wild card.
Wild card is, I think, where
about the only option there. Couple of other quick notes. Aaron Jones, Packer running back, was our guest a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, did something happen with Aaron Jones?
I'm sure you've heard by now. Arrested October 1st, a couple of days after that Thursday night Bear game, and several charges filed against him, including speeding on Highway 172. There was operating without a valid license and operating while under the influence of marijuana.
Yeah.
Pled not guilty to all of those charges. A pretrial hearing will be held in February. It is now in the legal system. It will be adjudicated, and the NFL will take up the matter, and the Packers are aware of this.
Yeah. So it's up to the Packers to hand down any game punishment if they choose to go that route.
I don't think so.
The
but
NFL won't, obviously, until next year.
And I know. All right, it's a player in trouble, but this isn't a player in big trouble. Folks, marijuana is pervasive
Everywhere.
in the
Sure.
NFL, all right? Pervasive. It's legal in 4 states.
Yeah.
So it used to go bonkers. Oh, my God, he's been busted for pot. Driving while under the influence is not smart, Aaron
No,
Jones.
not at
Big
all.
mistake
Not at all.
there. It's not like Sam Shields when the cops knocked on the door and they opened the door and the smoke came flying out and said, hey, at least I'm in my house. All
Who,
right,
me?
Sam. Yeah,
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
But anyway, Aaron Jones, bad mistake. Let's hope he learns a lesson.
Yeah, unless that turns into like a Josh Gordon situation where it's just
No,
constantly.
He's eligible to practice tomorrow.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Steelers right tackle Marcus Gilbert not going to play. That helps. 4-game PED suspension.
But he's barely played it all this year. He's
Yeah,
had hamstring
he's
issues.
half the season. He's been in and
Yeah.
out with a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was taking the PEDs. And a sad note. You guys remember Terry Glenn, the wide receiver?
Yes.
Played with the Pack for one season, 2002. Car accident in Irving, Texas, dead at 43.
Yeah, single
Unbelievable.
car rollover.
Yeah.
Not sure
just
exactly
horrible.
cause or
12
what was
years,
behind it.
most of his career early Pats.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Sherman traded 2 draft choices, 2 fourth-rounders to get him to Green Bay. This was with Brett Favre in 2002. Bill Schroeder, his time was up. Antonio Freeman's last season was 01. They needed receiver help. Glenn came in, caught 56 balls, 800 yards, couple of touchdowns, and then was traded to the Cowboys. And typical Mike Sherman, he gave up 2 fourth-rounders to get him, got a 6th to get rid of him.
And he had a couple of good years in Dallas.
Yeah, he did. But
He was
anyway,
effective.
yeah, I liked him a lot. Very
Terry-
interesting, smart guy, Terry Glenn.
Terry Glenn caught Tom Brady's first ever touchdown pass.
It was underthrown. It was
Hey.
a great catch. Terrible
Your receiver
throw.
has to help you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
Yeah. Whatever happened to that Brady guy?
Yeah,
Anyway. But
I
anyway,
know.
Terry Glenn, R.I.P. That is tough. All right. That's
We should
pretty
hit a
much-
break quick. We got to hit one
Yeah,
more
we
break.
got to take another break. When we come back, hey, Robinson's going to send you shopping to the Packer Pro Shop. We'll set you up for the Steelers week when we come back right after this. All right, we just got a couple of seconds left. Black Friday, green and gold. A Packer Pro Shop gift card from our friends at Robinson's to send you out with tonight. Who's our winner?
Beth Longley.
Beth Longley's going shopping. We got the Steel Curtain on Sunday. Back with another edition of the 5th quarter next Monday night for Matt Z. Mark Daniels. Thanks, Josh Jones. Thanks for coming. See you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.